Salutations, future Gators of Barbara Goleman Senior High School. I wish to avail myself this opportunity to introduce myself. I am Peter Falcon. I am the lead magnet teacher for the National Security Intelligence Magnet Program, short for NSI. And NSI basically is our umbrella name. And underneath that umbrella, we have three strands. The first is law enforcement / legal studies. The second, forensic science. And the third, cybersecurity. And one of the goals that we strive for here at Barbara Goleman, not just with our magnet program, but with every magnet program, is to provide students with a unique experience in a specialized field. With our magnet program, the NSI, we have joined forces with local police departments as well as federal. We have a memorandum of understanding with the FBI. My students have had the pleasure of having a sit down with former FBI Director James Comey, as well as meeting with Special Agent in Charge, George Pirro of the FBI Miami headquarters. And Mr. Pirro is actually a very important person in that he was responsible for interrogating Saddam Hussein before his execution. So at this time, I'd like to pivot this interview to our Youth Crime Watch president, DWIGHT MATOX, and I'd like for you to hear his personal testimony with our program.
Hello everyone, my name is DWIGHT MATOX. I'm the current Youth Crime Watch president and a student of the Law Enforcement and Intelligence Studies magnet. I want to take a moment in time to talk about the multiple opportunities that I've been given here at Barbara Goleman Senior High School. So far, I have been accepted into the FBI National Academy of Associates, which has been held in Washington, D.C. I have also been able to give a closing argument in front of a federal judge in the federal courthouse in downtown Miami. I also have future opportunities for me, such as riding in police cruisers with fellow police officers at Miami College, or visiting Washington, D.C. and visiting the multiple famous tour sites. Within our magnet, we also have multiple clubs, such as my club, the Youth Crime Watch. We also have Model United Nations, which is held by Ms. Acosta Garcia, and we have Mock Trial, which is led by Ms. Soto. All in all, I look forward to seeing you future Gators here within our hallways. Thank you for your time.
Acosta Garcia. I'm one of the law teachers here at Barbara Goleman Senior High School.
And what kind of experience do you have in the law field?
I'm actually a former criminal defense attorney. I practiced for almost 15 years, and this is my 7th year teaching.
What does the law enforcement magnet consist of?
Law enforcement magnet consists of criminal justice classes, and what I do is that I teach the law classes in the program.
Why do you think children would choose this magnet?
Some students, they don't know whether or not they want to be a police officer, they want to be a lawyer, they want some career that's legal, but they're not sure. So this is a great way of testing that out to see if this is a type of career that they want to get into in the future.
Do you think knowledge taught in this magnet will benefit them in the future?
Absolutely. One of the things that right now we're covering in one of my classes is criminal justice terminology that deals with law enforcement, the courts, corrections, even security. So if they decide to head into this career, by the time they get into college, they're not getting this information for the first time in college. They're actually getting a base for it in high school.
Does this law enforcement say take field trips to?
We've gone to Miami-Dade and kind of done the law enforcement experience there. We went to the 3rd District Court of Appeals and watched some appellate hearings go on, and it was a great experience because the 3 justices came down and actually talked to our students. We went to Miami-Dade County Criminal Court, and our students were able to watch different hearings and trials that were going on that day. We also went to the federal courthouse, and we were before a federal judge, and our students were able to argue a case in front of her. We have a couple of clubs. Ms. Soto runs the Goleman Law Society, and I'll let her tell you about that club. I run Model United Nations, which ties in with international law, which is one of the classes that I teach. We did go to several conferences last year. University of Florida was one of them, where we received an honorable delegate. We went to Florida International University. There we received several honorable delegates, and we did several local competitions where we won Best Delegate. So it's a program that's growing. Last year was our first year doing it. So we plan on going to more national conferences.
That the program is on the beginning of becoming something great.
Absolutely. This is my third year here at the school. Since I've been here, we've added on another law teacher. This year we hired another criminal justice teacher. The program's growing, and as it's growing and we're getting new teachers, we're also developing the curriculum to make sure that it's very engaging and that our students have a great experience here.
I am Coach Garcia. I am the criminal justice instructor here at Barbara Goleman Senior High.
Do you have any experience in law enforcement?
Absolutely. I am a retired police officer from the city of Winter Garden in Central Florida. After 15 years, I came out here to become a teacher.
What does the law enforcement magnet consist of?
The law enforcement magnet consists of educating students that are interested in the field of law enforcement, national security, and intelligence.
And what classes and courses are offered when a part of this magnet?
In this program, we have what I teach, which is the criminal justice operations, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You would start this as a sophomore in our school, and as you go throughout the years, you advance to a different level of the criminal justice operations.
Why do you think children choose this magnet?
I believe that most of the students here are influenced from a young age what law enforcement is all about, and the different fields of law enforcement, from the civilian side to the sworn side. Becoming a police officer is sometimes kind of a future dream.
And do you think knowledge taught in this magnet will benefit them in the future?
Absolutely. This is a field that we have teachers in the school or instructors in the school that teach from a first person basis. They're retired law enforcement like myself, and what we teach is real life law enforcement, not only just academically in the books, but we give them a flavor of what it was to be a police officer.
Does being exposed early in high school better help the students find out what path they want to pursue?
Absolutely. We give them the materials with the experience of what it is to be a law enforcement officer. Again, as an instructor who retired from law enforcement, a lot of our stories are true and real, giving them the ability to understand what we went through as law enforcement. And we pass that forward to them, not only with the materials that we're teaching them in class, but with the experience that comes along with it.
What fields of law enforcement are covered in this magnet?
Anything from corrections to law enforcement, and then we also get into some of the specialties, FBI, CIA, so they get an idea that law enforcement is not just your local police department.
What kind of clubs are offered that tie in with the classes?
We have a great Explorer program here at Barbara Goleman. It's been a program that's been around for a long time, and we're hoping that the program continues to grow with the criminal justice program at the same time.
And finally, my name is Eric, and you are?
Hi, my name is Alexis Forsting. I'm the lieutenant for Police Explorers, and I've been an Explorer for 3 years.
I'm Mark Davis. I'm with the Police Explorers. I'm a sergeant, and this is my third year in the program so far.
Why does Barbara Goleman stand out from all the other high schools in Dade County?
Goleman has a lot of students that are interested in different jobs that will help in the everyday world, and all of those are provided at Barbara Goleman.
Looking for a role in law enforcement?
Yes, I want to become a detective when I grow up.
What benefits does this program have?
One benefit that we have is that after we finish the program, we go into the police academy based on a scholarship.
What competitions do you guys go to?
We go to a competition during spring break, and basically we compete for who can do best in every day.
Explorers is pretty much a junior youth program where we train learning all the aspects of law enforcement. We train as youth officers, training with actual police officers. We're sponsored by Miami-Dade Schools. It's a really good program. You get to learn a lot within a LEO, good program to pursue, get into.
Why do you become an explorer?
I became an explorer because I've been wanting to become a police officer since a kid, and I feel like this program is really gonna help me a lot to become and pursue this career I want to do. I've learned a lot in the law enforcement field, and I'm enjoying it.
And program connect with your magnet?
Yes, it does. Right now I'm taking the criminal justice magnet. In the class, we are learning pretty much through the board, teaching everything on the board and everything. And then once I get into this program, we're doing everything hands-on, getting into action, all physical.
What's one reason that Goleman stands out?
Because pretty much Goleman is the best, really good program, a lot of good kids here, and yeah, I'm enjoying this school.
Hello, my name is Ms. Soto Gonzalez, and I am one of the lead teachers in the Law Enforcement Magnet. I sponsor the Goleman Law Society, and I also coach the mock trial team for the school, both of which are part of the magnet.
How has your experience been with the law enforcement magnet?
So far, so good. I've enjoyed teaching the mostly freshmen that take the beginning course of the magnet, which is Comprehensive Law Studies Honors, and I've enjoyed it quite a bit.
What classes and courses do you teach within this magnet?
Well, the 9th graders take the Comprehensive Law course, and if they're in 10th grade, then they'll have Legal Systems and Concepts and Court Procedures. I also teach one of those courses, and basically we study jurisprudence, we analyze court decisions, major Supreme Court cases and that have impacted our nation.
Do you think that the curriculum taught within this magnet will benefit students in the future?
Very much so. I have been teaching this curriculum for over 19 years now. And I've had many students that have come back and told me that this course is really helped them a lot to understand their rights, to get a good foundation of our legal system, and to eventually even study the law. And many of my students have gone on to law school, they've become attorneys, and they've told me that this class really helped them to analyze and understand many complex topics that they even cover in law school and they have a hard time understanding. And they've actually come back and told me that they've actually used my notes in law school, believe it or not. So it's been very, very rewarding to hear that it's impacted them so profoundly.
Being exposed to this curriculum so early on in high school helps students discover what passions they wish to pursue in the future?
Definitely. I'm a very firm believer in this. I think that the more access students have and awareness of different careers that they want to go into in high school will help prepare them for those careers. And definitely in the Law Magnet, we perform mock trials and we do other things that give them access to different legal fields. And I think that helps them to determine if that's something that they want to pursue.
Could you talk a little bit more about the clubs you sponsor?
Well, I sponsor Law Society and I'm also the coach for the mock trial team. In Law Society, we try to expose the members within the law and different local law schools so they can become aware and informed and hopefully make a decision about what career path they would like in the future. So we try to visit the local law schools, for example, University of Miami Law School, FIU, St. Thomas. And we also have legal professionals that come and visit the school so that they can have access again to those careers and they can ask those individuals questions about what it's like to be in that profession, whether it's a judge, an attorney, a police officer, a crime scene investigator, an FBI agent, and they can meet these people firsthand. They can get to ask them questions and they can see what their day-to-day job is like, and they can see if that's something that interests them. I coach the mock trial team. That is my true passion. I'm very passionate about it. I've been doing it for over 19 years. And I think it helps students a lot with many different skills. They learn public speaking, they learn critical thinking skills, analysis, teamwork. And we've become very much like a family because we spend a lot of time together practicing after school and on weekends. In almost the 19 years I've been doing it, I've had about half the team members end up becoming attorneys. They've been practicing attorneys. And the others are going to law school as we speak. So it's been very, very helpful and very successful. And at Barbara Goleman, we were able to use the courtroom that we have there. And that's helped a lot for practices and to do simulations. And even in my classroom mock trials and after school mock trials, it's been extremely helpful to have that courtroom available.
Do you have any last message you wish to tell people about the Law Enforcement Magnet?
I think it's a great magnet to prepare students again for a future career in law in any kind of legal field. And I think the class that I teach in particular, Honors Comprehensive Law Studies, I think is a class that every student should take in high school because it gets them a good foundation of our legal system. It gets them to know their rights so that they obviously can be aware of what they can and cannot do, what they're entitled to, what they're not entitled to. And it's just a good basic understanding as a citizen of this country of kind of how the laws work. So I think that's great in and of itself. But the magnet itself, I think, prepares students for a career in law if that's something that they're interested in. It's very beneficial for preparing them in that, getting them actual access to different legal careers, and getting them practice and hands-on experience through mock trial and other simulations.
Hello, my name is Luis Mendez. I am the forensics teacher. I teach forensics 1 and 2 for the NSI magnet, which is National Intelligence Magnet, Security Intelligence Magnet. I've been teaching here for 5 years. It is a 2-year program. We cover areas in ballistics, we cover blood spatter, we cover glass analysis, we do fingerprinting, we do autopsies like you are going to see in this video. And it's a real exciting class. We do a lot of hands-on activities. We go outside and we create crime scenes. So I would love to have you in my class.
How do you like being in the NSI magnet?
It's really cool and interesting because you get to learn about new things every day. Like you get to learn about like how the body dies and like how to figure out how long till like they were dying.
Okay. What is the most interesting part about forensic science?
To me, the most interesting part is like figuring out like how a person dies by their like blood splatter.
Okay. What's it like being a Goleman student?
It's really cool and interesting because like I feel like the school is really welcoming and like you can make new friends every day by like doing little things here and there.
Okay.
There you go. You actually went pretty deep in there. You actually removed both the skin and the muscle. All right, now what you're gonna do here is you're gonna start cutting with the scissor across here and remove this whole flap. Then you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And let me go ahead and focus the camera so that you guys at home can see it well. So right now we're doing autofocus and you can see the whole section. Okay, what you guys can see already, this part right here, that's his rib cage. So we're going to remove this flap now and expose the organs, and then we need to cut the sternum, which is the middle of the rib cage. Once we remove the sternum, then guys, we can actually expose the heart and the lungs. And the first organ you're going to take out is the heart. Kylie, you're going to weigh the heart, and then you guys are going to photograph the heart for your assignment. Nicole Rodriguez, you're going to be in shock when you come in here and you view. Nicole, are you in? Nicole, can you hear me? Let me autofocus again because it's getting out of focus. Yeah. All right, guys, so now you are seeing the intestines are going to be down here. And guys, the small intestine is going to turn into the large intestine. The large intestine is very short but very wide. So that's why it's called the large intestine. This guy is very thin but very long. They call him the small. That is the stomach. Very good. In an actual autopsy, guys, they would remove the stomach, weigh the stomach of the victim, and then dissect the stomach to see what this person ate.
Hello, I'm Mr. Sakowitz, and I am the lead instructor for the Cybersecurity Magnet here at Barbara Goleman. In cybersecurity, I teach students how to protect themselves and others and the world about cybersecurity threats, something as simple as your passwords, all the way up to government level things that are going on. So it's an interesting time right now in the world with cybersecurity, but it's always a good time to know about being safe online, and those are things we cover with a lot more. We also do 3D printing and lots of fun projects with coding and programming, gaming, and it all comes back to what cybersecurity and being careful on the computer is all about. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you around. Go Gators!
Like being a student at Goleman?
It's pretty good. I like how the teachers look after you and they try to keep up with you and help you in whatever you need help with. And I just overall like the magnet and the way it's set up to teach you specifically what you chose in 8th grade, and they teach you that like throughout the rest of high school. So that's what I really like about Goleman.
When you were in 8th grade applying for a magnet program in our school, why did you choose this magnet?
I chose it because back in 8th grade, I was really into computers, and the video that they showed for cybersecurity, it showed that you were learning a lot about computers and security, cybersecurity, and I just really liked what they showed, so I just picked cybersecurity as my magnet.
How would you say your experience at Goleman has changed due to being a part of this magnet?
Well, the people I engage with are different because there's different students for every magnet. So the people in my magnet are different than everybody else's. And I also engage with a lot of different teachers that have certifications in Microsoft, CompTIA, and a lot of the cybersecurity stuff.
What is the most interesting part of your magnet?
The most interesting part I think has to be like the hands-on experience. Because my first year here, when I started doing cybersecurity, I actually got hands-on experience with a computer, and we got to take it apart and put the parts back together and see how it all works, like putting every piece together.
Would you recommend this magnet to any incoming students considering it?
Yeah, I would. If you're interested in computers or anything of the sort, I would definitely say to try out cybersecurity.
How do you become a part of this magnet?
When you sign up for the magnet for Goleman, you just pick what magnet you want, and I chose cybersecurity.
Tinkercad. Now I want you to do something completely new and different. You want to make a phone case for your phone. You want to make a case for your earbuds or your headphones or anything. This is a great opportunity to start. You're going to have the opportunity to make whatever you want, but keep it simple for today. How large or small or how it's going to look like. Okay, maybe it's not something that you need the actual dimensions, because if you're doing a phone case, maybe you have exact dimensions. But let's say you're making like a dinosaur or a character or a cybersecurity logo, like I did on the sides of the doors. I made logos for cybersecurity. All right, if you're doing something like that, then maybe you don't care the exact dimensions. You're just doing like a little sample. All right, it'll be up to you. You can customize it here. But if it's something that has exact dimensions, you want to make sure that you're giving it those numbers.